First things first, I try so hard to like Demi Lovato. I I try so hard to like Demi. You can say I'm somewhat of a fan of Demi's, and you're right to say that. Even I have to acknowledge that someone has talent. It could be a singer or athlete. This, besides football, there's hardly any talent in football, but that's neither here or there. Do I understand that Demi Lovato was raped, that she suffered an overdose in July 2018, and that she dealt with it, or she struggles with addiction, or struggled with addiction, struggles or still struggles with eating disorder? I understand all of that. However, in her documentary, Demi Lovato, Dancing with the Devil, she said that in order to get past the sexual assault, the rape, and all that, to gain back control is to say, I'm going to have sex with the person that sexually assaulted me. Not once, but twice. Demi, that makes no sense whatsoever. Common sense tells me if someone sexually assaults me, I stay away from that person. Pure and simple. Let me repeat that. If someone, common sense tells me if somebody raped me, sexually assaults me, I'll stay away from that person. Again, pure and simple. And recently, well, a while back, Demi announced to the whole world, um, how do I say this? That they're non-binary. Personally, I don't believe in this. There's more than two gender gender's bull crap. Either you have a dick or you have a vagina. It's that simple. Either you're a man or you're a woman. But also she said this as well. Demi Lovato thinks the term aliens is derogatory. Again, I try so hard to like Demi Lovato. But anyways, here we go.
Am very outspoken about the things that I believe in. I understand that sometimes my messaging can lose lose its like meaning when I get emotional, right? I am human. I am somebody who is just very passionate about what I believe in, and I've lived through enough to know when to speak up for people who don't have a voice.
Well, see, there's a problem there, Demi. Demi, I mean, seriously, it's just like the liberals and the conservatives. They feel compelled to speak for a certain group of people because they feel that that certain group of people are disenfranchised. I see right through that bull crap. I really do. I see right through it. I see right through that crap. Just being honest. I mean, it amazes me that people, especially uh, the plastic and paper patriots, they put on their white hats, just like what Demi just did many months ago. She Demi put on her whatever their white hat on and said, "I'm just going to speak up for people. I'm so outspoken. I'm so opinionated." Demi, so am I. I am outspoken. I'm so opinionated and all that kind of stuff. But I never once believed or claimed that I speak up for the disenfranchised. So, yeah. Oh, it gets good. Trust me.
When I messaged this froyo place, like originally I wanted to make a point and I wanted to call out behaviors or branding things that didn't sit right with me. Because the truth of the matter is, as someone that deals with an eating disorder, like is in recovery from an eating disorder, I still to this day have a hard time walking into a froyo shop, ordering yogurt, and being content with it and keeping it down. I know that seems like not a huge deal to a lot of people, but for me it is. So by the time I got to the counter,
Well, common sense will tell me don't go into the froyo shop, the big chill froyo shop, if it's that big of a deal. If you kept the conversation private, this wouldn't be all the bad attention wouldn't go to you to begin with. Well, you got the bad attention, so really, despite the fact that I try so hard to like you, Demi, but you feel that the world revolves around your triggers. No, it doesn't. Just like Black Lives Matter, Blue Lives Matter, they think that the world revolves around them, that the world has to respect them. No, that's not the way it works. I mean, come on, get real. Like I said in the previous video, I'm a realist. And people like you, Demi, are idealists. Come on now, get real.
after seeing so much diet stuff and health food stuff, like it wasn't clear to me that it was for specific health needs. And so I did like it wasn't clear to me that it was for specific health needs. And so I didn't know that. Like I just took
You didn't know that sugar-free food is not for specific people who have health issues. It could be diabetes, whatever. You didn't know that. I find that very hard to believe. I really do. When you said, "Oh, I just didn't know," I find that very hard to believe. Or you're just trying to use your eating disorder as an excuse, as a way out to get away with the consequences. Just like Spencer Carter, he used his autism as an excuse to get away from the consequences. I mean, Demi, I'm pretty sure you're a liberal, but liberals are the first people, along with the conservatives. They talk a big game about respect, a big game about accountability, and all that. But really, they fall short of those things. They really do. Come on now, get real.
it as okay, I'm going into a froyo shop, I'm seeing sugar free, I'm seeing this and that. If there was a sign that said celiac, vegan, I would have understood. That would have been clear messaging to me.
So you're trying to dictate to a business what they should or shouldn't do, what signs they should put up. You're dictating to a business, right? That's what you're trying to do here. Demi, gonna tell you something. How about you stick to singing and minding your own business? That's simple, isn't it? I mean, you were unaware that people have, you know, there are certain food products like sugar-free, um, not sugar-free products, but sugar-free foods, sugar-free cookies and yogurt, specifically for people who have celiac, uh, diabetes, whatever. Again, I find that very hard to believe.
Because it wasn't clear, I'm definitely jumped to conclusions and probably shouldn't have, gone about this the way that I have, but I'm willing.
Well, it's gotten out of hand to the point that you got a bunch of negative publicity. So really, the fault goes on to you. And stop going around thinking that the world revolves around your triggers. that goes for everybody else as well. Regardless of if you're a conservative, you're a Christian, you're a Muslim, or you're a liberal. I don't give a damn. Stop going around thinking that the world owes you a great deal of things, a great deal of respect. Stop going around acting like self and, an entitled brat, thinking that the world revolves around your triggers and all that. It doesn't. Just being honest.
To talk to this froyo shop to help get the messaging right. Another thing that a lot of people don't know, I guess it's something that must be an LA thing. A lot of people who have struggled with anorexia, I myself, like, froyo was something that I would go to because it was low in calorie and it just felt safe to me. I know that people struggle with froyo, with eating disorders. So that's why I'm super sensitive when I walk into a froyo place and I see diet stuff. Like, I'm gonna be protective. I'm protective of the little girl inside of me that didn't get that representation at a young age of someone saying,
Oh, so basically it comes down to the disenfranchised and the, people who are not represented the way that they should be represented, right? You know, I mean, the misrepresented people and all that, the disenfranchised, that's basically what it comes down to. Not to mention, you think that the world revolves around your triggers. Again, get real. If if it's such a big deal to you, don't go into the Big Chill Furrio shop. It's that simple. And don't go around dictating to a business, hey, you need to do this, you need to put this sign up. Dude, come on now. Just, I'm just being honest here. Demi, I hope you see this video and realize how ridiculous you sound. I really do. Yeah.
all of this diet stuff is not okay. You're worth more than that. I also am standing up for just anyone who struggles in LA.
And that's totally fine. It's totally fine that you stand up for people and all that, and you're outspoken and opinionated. What else did you say? Hold on.
I also am standing up for of someone saying, all of this diet stuff is not okay. You're worth more than that.
Well, once again, I also agree. People are worth more than they realize. I agree with that. People are worth more than they realize. I agree completely.
I also am standing up for just anyone who struggles in LA. Like, you know what? The whole country, fuck it. Like, this is a hard thing to live with on a daily basis.
Let us take a sightseeing tour.
The French Dispatch is a rocket ship ride to your cinematic soul.
The thing
Sorry about that damn advertising, all that bullshit.
about overcoming my addictions, my drug addictions, was because I don't have to, I can walk away from that and never touch it again for the rest of my life. Like, I don't ever have to do.
Easier said than done. Let me tell you why, Demi. Because even though I don't struggle, I'm not a drug addict, but some people would consider nicotine to be a drug. Some would say that. I dip smokeless tobacco. But there's a difference. I actually acknowledge the fact that I made the choice for my body to get so addicted to it. And I have to live with that for the rest of my life until the end of my days. So,
Do that, but I have to eat 3 times a day. This is something that will be with me for the rest of my life. I left that yogurt store and didn't get the yogurt that I wanted, and then I had a hard time the rest of the weekend.
Oh, man. So if I didn't get a steak quesadilla at Taco Bell, you're saying I should throw a tantrum or just feel depressed because I didn't get that steak quesadilla at Taco Bell, even though I love their sauce on the steak quesadilla. You're saying I should throw a temper tantrum. I should feel entitled because I didn't get that steak quesadilla at Taco Bell. You think I should be depressed because I didn't get that quesadilla? Come on now. Dude, seriously.
To be totally transparent. And that's probably something that nobody wants me to say. Like, I don't know, but I'm human and I talk about my struggles and I'm passionate. So I'm sorry that I got the messaging wrong. I'm sorry that I may have disappointed some people, but I'm not coming after a small business as some.
But you did. You went after a small business. And your fans. See, the thing is, you talked about your fans being out of line, especially the people that worked with you and all that, or for you, whatever, who were on your payroll. You were talking about your fans in the documentary that they are out of line sometimes because of this and that. Oh, well, your choreographer, she gave you drugs, even though you said to that your choreographer, just clear your name. I mean, you have an influence on those people. When are you going to realize that? Your fan base went after a business because of this bullshit drama that you started. You try to go after a business. You're lying, Demi. You're lying.
Someone with a lot of followers. That's not what I'm doing here. I walked into a situation that didn't sit right with me. My intuition said, speak up about this. So I did. And I feel good about that. What I don't feel good about is some of the way that it's been interpreted and how the message has gotten misconstrued over all of it.
It doesn't matter how people perceive what you say. People are going to perceive what you say any way they want. They can misconstrue things. People misconstrue what I've said in the past too. I mean, come on, Demi. Like, again, I try so hard to like you. I really do. I want to like you. But when you go around acting like a self-entitled brat, thinking that the world revolves around you and your problems, and you got pissed off or you got depressed because you didn't get the yogurt that you wanted for about a week or a weekend, whatever, I don't know. And then you said, like beforehand in your documentary, that you try to gain control of those two sexual rape incidents. You try to gain control. How does that makes no sense to me? It really doesn't. Despite the fact that you're a feminist, despite the fact that you're non-binary and all that, I want to like you. I really do. Also, you're all for gun control. Even you know, I don't agree with you with a lot of things, but I try so hard to like you. I really do. Come on, Demi. Meet me halfway here.
I will do whatever I can to work with this froyo shop if they want to help align the messaging to where I feel safe going in there and I can eat the froyo that I went in there for. I will work with them on that. That is something I'm dedicated to do because
Now you're what you just said sounded ridiculous. Demi, it's okay to have a Dr. Pepper every once in a while. It's okay to have a cookie that has, like, maybe not like a shitload of sugar, but with sugar nonetheless. I mean, your body needs that sugar. Not a lot, but some sugar. I'm not a freaking doctor. Not to mention your body needs the vitamins and potassium, calcium, all those things that you need to have for your body. Not to mention, especially vitamin D, vitamin C, protein as well. Your body needs those things. And not to mention sugar.
Want to make LA and this whole country a safer, and this whole fucking world a safer environment. People with eating disorders should be able to go in and feel safe wherever they go to eat. That's
Once again, Demi, you think that the world revolves around people's triggers, just like you feel like the world revolves around your triggers. Just like the liberals saying, oh, we need a safe space from guns and all that. Well, your feelings do not supersede my rights. You know, how's this? I'm not too sure. I've said it before. Um, anyways, but my rights are not contingent with your feelings or your rights. And here's a saying. Just thought it just came to me. My rights do not end where your feelings and wishes do not when they begin. You see what I'm trying to say here? Come on, Demi. Trying so hard to like you. I really am.
all I'm asking. Literally all I'm asking. So I'm so sorry if it got misconstrued. I don't always get this right. I speak my mind, I'm opinionated, and then sometimes I get labeled as problematic. It's not because I'm looking out to, everything that I'm doing is well intentioned. You have to understand.
Well, just being honest, it seems like, I mean, don't feel bad. I have a bunch of people say to me, oh, well, Red Reaper, you're problematic because you said this or you did this and I don't like it, even though you didn't break the law, but still, I don't like you. And I view you as problematic because you're not a conservative or because you're not a Christian or because you're not a Muslim or because you're not a liberal because you're not a feminist ally. Look, I march to the beat of my own drum. Just point blank. I do. I have my own fashion, and there ain't gonna be no one like me. Ain't gonna be nobody like me at all. I'm me. Point blank.
It's just, look, someone once told me, you can be a celebrity and get it right every day of your life, but you get it wrong one day, and that's what people focus on. And that's what people are focusing on today, and that's okay, because tomorrow I'm still gonna live my truth.
That's not just in LA, but that's everywhere in the world. It could be anywhere in the whole world. You do something right the majority of the time, but one day or 1 hour you do something wrong, people focus on that. See, that's not just an LA thing. It could be a Dallas thing, it could be a Phoenix thing, it could be a Sacramento thing, it could be a Denver thing, it could be a Detroit thing. I don't know. But it's a worldwide kind of deal. You do something right the majority of the time, all the time. Well, I wouldn't say most all the time, but most of the time. And one day, 1 hour, 1 minute, 1 second, you do something wrong, and everybody focuses on what you did or said wrong.
I'm still going to get up and meditate and do what I need to do.
Yeah, I think this is going to be the end of the video. sick and tired of dealing with the advertising and all that. But anyway, so yeah, Demi, I'm not, like I said, I try so hard to like you. Not to mention, really, you also try to cause drama with other celebrities and all that. And you're a feminist. I don't agree with that. You're on board with gun control. Don't. I despise gun control. I don't agree with gun control. Never have, never will. So you're a feminist and you're all for gun control. I don't agree with those things. I don't agree with the fact that you feel like you had to gain back control and have sex with the people who sexually assaulted you, raped you. That makes no sense to me. And it makes no sense to me that you try to go after a small business because they didn't have a sign up for sugar-free yogurt or cookies, whatever, um, for people who have celiac or diabetes. You made a big deal about that. You went after a business. You actually went after a business. Point blank, you actually did. But you said I'm not trying to go after after a business, but you did. I don't agree with the fact that with the whole non-binary thing. Really don't. And I really don't agree with you when you said, "Oh well, the term aliens is derogatory." I mean, personally, do I believe that aliens exist? No, I'm not too sure, but you know, it makes a lot more sense that ghosts exist, not aliens. To me, it makes a lot more sense that ghosts exist more than anything else. I mean, that's like saying, oh, well, if aliens exist, then dragons probably existed too. Come on now.